Hi everyone, happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day so far. I wanted to do a follow-up video to some of the videos I've been doing in the last couple of days. And so if you're watching this video and you're kind of confused about what I'm talking about, go back and watch some of the ones I've done over the last couple of days. And so today I want to focus on this idea of getting clarity, of getting clear on what you actually want in your life. And so in the last couple of videos, I've been talking about this process, this path called self-mastery, which is a path which can pull you out of burnout, shift you out of burnout, out of feelings of frustration, overwhelmed, feeling like you can't handle it all, feeling like, you're not doing a good job, having those inner critical voices, all of that stuff when you're showing up depleted, drained, de-energized. So self-mastery is a path that can pull you out of that and shift you into your brilliance, your natural, inherent brilliance, which is already there. It's just covered over. It's already there, I promise you, and shift you into alignment with who you truly are, what you want in life, and what you're capable of. And it's an exciting path. And I talked about in a previous video how there are 3 steps to it: clarity, courage, and commitment. And today I want to focus on clarity. And so what is clarity? Clarity is declaring and defining for your life a future vision. And you can go back to previous videos to see why it's so important to declare a future vision for yourself. But it's declaring a future vision for your life that you want to work towards. So where do we get off track here? What goes wrong? And for many of us, we are working towards a future vision. We are working towards goals and dreams which are not our own. And when you do that, you are actually contributing to your own feelings of burnout because you're working really hard and you're not getting fulfillment or meaning. You're not pursuing things that line up with your own values. And so you don't get that feeling of fulfillment and meaning at the end of the day. And so how did that happen? How is it that you've worked so hard, but you're checking the wrong boxes? So I'm reading a book right now. I've got several books on the go. But one of them is by Sir Ken Robinson, and I'll post under this video a link to his TED Talk, which is one of the most watched TED Talks ever. And he's recently passed away, and he's got a book that goes along or supports this TED Talk. So I'm reading the book. And what he talks about is just how our educational systems have evolved based on the industrial age, based on what the industrial age needed. And so I don't blame teachers. I have a lot of friends who are teachers. I think teachers are amazing. I have 4 kids. I struggle to raise 4 kids, let alone a classroom full of 20 to 30 kids. So I'm not blaming teachers, but I think it's worth acknowledging that our educational system was based on a model that was designed for the Industrial Revolution, which was a time, factory farming, factory output. It was a time where they did not need workers to think for themselves. They needed workers who could follow rules, who could do what they needed to do, who could do what they needed, who could do what they were told, right? And so if you think about it for a moment, that is truly the educational system that most of us have been raised in. We've been raised in an educational system that has us, do what the teacher says. Here's the work. Do the work, complete the sheet, hand it in. That is changing. I've got 4 kids, and they've all been exposed to very inspiring teachers who are, teaching new ways of learning. But for most of us who are adults, that's not what we were exposed to, right? We were exposed to this industrial age-based model of education. Here's the worksheet, fill it out, complete it, send it back, do as you're told, don't ask questions. So that worked well for a period. It no longer works. The world we're in today is a world where we need to question what is in place, brainstorm new ways that we could do things, test and try things out, fail fast, pick ourselves up, recover, try it again, right? That's the world we're in now. And so what we actually need is not the ability to listen to others and do as we're told, but the ability to listen to our own intuitive wisdom, the ability to listen to our own wisdom, to listen to it, to start to trust it and take steps in alignment with that. So all of that is a very long-winded way of explaining that if you are checking the wrong boxes in life, if you feel that you are doing things that do not line up with who you are and what you want, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You are the output of an educational system that worked for a really long time, which now no longer works, which now needs to change. So what that means for you as an individual today is that you must learn to tune in to your own intelligence, your own wisdom. You must learn to tune in to your own voice. You must learn to tune into your own values, your own, desires, what would bring you fulfillment, what would bring your life meaning. And when you tune into that, so often what I hear is, there are people on the planet who don't have food, people on the planet who are living in war-torn countries. It seems really selfish for me to think about my own fulfillment. And I get that, but here's the thing. You figuring out what fulfills you actually gives you the ability to take on the problems in this world. It truly does. I've seen it happen a number of times. So I was working with one client who was super inspiring, and she wanted to start a business. It was a small business. And when we really dug into the business, when we really dug into what was behind that, her deepest motivation was that she cared about the planet. She cared about the planet, and she was selling things that inspired a love for this planet, that inspired a love for Mother Nature, that inspired an appreciation for this earth that we live on. And what could be possible if people bought her product, were inspired by the fact that Mother Nature actually produced this? What could happen in their day-to-day? What might change in their lives? How might they start to take care of the planet at home? So in a very real way, I can guarantee you this. You might not see the lines, you might not see how it's all connected, but whatever is inspiring, meaningful, purposeful to you in some way makes this world better. And you denying that, you ignoring that call, you thinking it's selfish, you not pursuing it, is actually holding you back from what you're here to do and how you can be of service in this world. So this sticks out in research as well. Angela Duckworth, who wrote the book Grit, she has proved that it always starts off, people who are purposeful, they didn't start with purpose, they actually started with self-interest. It's shown in the research. They started with, what am I curious about? What do I want to learn about? What am I interested in? What do I care about? What interests me and fulfills me? And over time, as they deepened, as they followed their interest, as they gave themselves permission to explore what interested them, that turned into a sense of being of purpose for others. So it always starts with self-interest. So you denying your self-interest, you denying what brings you joy and fulfillment, serves no one. Okay, so this is a short video basically to explain why you might be checking the wrong boxes, how checking the wrong boxes is in a very real way leading to your lack of fulfillment and your feelings of burnout, and how the number one thing you can do to get out of burnout, to serve yourself, so that you can show up for your family and your loved ones, feeling fulfilled and joyful and inspired, and also so that you can start to uncover a sense of purpose for your life. The number one thing you can do is start to tune into your own inner intuition and wisdom and start to ask the questions, who am I? What do I want? What would bring me fulfillment, right? You start there, you get clarity for your own life. Okay, big questions. A lot in this video. Reach out anytime. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.